Ladies and gentlemen,
señoras y señores,
my name is Derek Santiago.
My name is Beto Perez. Bienvenidos and welcome to the Average People Video Show.
Man.
And dude, I'm excited for this. Today's somebody's birthday. I'm not saying who, but
man,
I think
knock
the
it off,
guy guy's sitting next to me, man.
I'm like, okay, all right, man. All right, let's give a round of applause for that, G. Hey, we out of here. We out of here.
Hey, do people still handshake like that, bro?
I don't
so
know.
90s, dog.
What do you mean? It's COVID. It's COVID. It's COVID. It's COVID. We're cool. We're cool.
It's COVID. What do you mean,
It's
bro?
social distancing pounds. I don't know.
Bro, we did that in the 90s.
What was it? What did I just do?
Like that. That's 90s. I don't think people do that anymore, bro. I don't even think people shake hands anymore, actually.
You know,
after COVID, a lot of things change.
They don't.
One thing that hasn't changed is us, though. We good.
Keep it real. The more things change, the more we stay the same. Let's get it. Hey,
right,
Beto,
man.
so what's up, man? What's going on today?
Man, I'm super excited for today's episode. This has kind of been an episode that I've been waiting to record for quite some time. Not because this person hasn't made themselves available, but it's just really timing.
Timing is about everything.
Everything is timing.
Yeah, I agree, man. And diamond in the rough today. A straight diamond in the rough.
I don't even think a diamond in the rough. He is a diamond.
No, I think that people don't understand like the amount of talent and the gem that this gentleman is.
I gotta agree.
You know what I'm saying?
And I'll add extra sauce to that.
A little extra sauce. And we're going to dive right into it, man.
Right,
introduce who we got,
man.
All right,
this week we got multi-instrumentalist, writer, producer, badass,
just
hometown representative. Like this guy is just, one of the artists that I see not only extreme potential, but is actor out there actually doing it. You know what I'm saying?
Doing it.
Mr. Kahlil Nash.
Man, what's up,
Kahlil Nash?
Go.
Thank you for having me.
I said Kahlil Nash, but I was like, wait, hold on. He needs a proper introduction. It's Kahlil Nash.
Hey, no disrespect by the diamond in the rough at all. Like
no, I get it. I get it.
Yeah, I just want to convey the message that I can't wait for people to really get the opportunity to get to know you because you are so personal with your creation. And man, you have a lot of like, just vibes. It's like vibes.
It's the vibe.
You know what I mean? It's a vibe.
He's a fashion statement. He is a music statement. Like this dude has a whole entire package, bro.
Man, dude.
Wow.
And when people speak, when people talk to me about San Diego and ask me about San Diego artists, Kahlil is one of the first people that I always bring to the table. I'm
there's
like,
a couple.
Kahlil Nash.
Yep.
Kahlil Nash.
I've been present. I've witnessed you evangelize for Kahlil.
Evangelize like
evangelize. No. That's vocalize. Evangelize. So tell us how you got into music, Kahlil, man. Like what kicked it off for you?
I don't know. I was 3 years old, and obviously I'm too young to remember. But from what my mom says, I just basically looked at a TV screen, said I wanted to do that. Next thing I know, I'm 3 years old, up on a stage and singing for people.
Really?
At 3 years old, what were you singing, dog?
Oh, Michael Jackson. And
At 3 years old, bro.
Yeah, man. I looked at a TV screen. I was in I remember this much being told. I was in Palm Desert and I was watching one of Michael Jackson's like music videos. I think it was Billie Jean, and that it just captivated me. Him and James Brown, just like the performance was just incredible. So like I was like, ooh, I want to get on a stage. I gotta,
Hey.
So, I started off just singing, and then eventually, actually, I started off as an actor. And then
you got that right. You got started off as an actor.
Yeah,
You got started as an actor.
Yeah.
That was your break in the business.
Yeah.
At 3 years old.
At 3?
A bit. Shoot. Yeah, I did my first musical when I was like 5, going on 6.
Wow.
And I was in Les Mis. The movie. Yeah. So there's the actual musical, and I got to play Lil Gavroche. Got fall off the barricade. Got to give them all the dramatics and everything. But I was doing it.
Wow,
that's tight,
it was
man.
fun.
I love that. Kahlil, you also attended SCPA, correct?
Yes.
Take us on a ride through that, because that also played a very important role in your career, correct?
It did. I was in the Who's Tommy, put on by the Repertory Theater, and I met the principal, and she put me on the principal's list. Got into SCPA in the 6th grade, and from there I was able to explore everything from visual art to dance to musical theater, of course, and so I really got to find myself through SCPA.
And
wow.
and SCPA is what? Where, like, in Skyline?
O'Farrell? Did you go to the one in O'Farrell?
Paradise Hills.
Paradise Hills over there by O'Farrell Park?
So were you in that? Were you living close to that neighborhood?
No, I was living in City Heights.
So how was that commute every single day to make sure that you attended school and made this happen?
Well, I just got on the bus and I never thought it was much of a thing,
Nice, nice.
I was doing, I don't know, my calling, it's my calling. So I don't even think of the bus trip or anything like that as being a big deal. I'm like, all right, cool. We're headed to the candy shop,
Yeah.
So I got
What a trip.
I got to experience the arts while learning, what every other kid learns. So, it was a great experience.
What's been one of your favorite experiences that you've experienced through your journey?
Whoa. Oh man. Performing on stages for people, and anywhere from intimate to, festival stages and things like that, or even if I'm background singing for somebody, and that's where I get my passion. My passion comes from connecting with people. That's why I do music.
Hell
Nice,
yeah.
man. I'm just like still bugged out about the SCPA at 6th grade. So early, so you were on stage, you were in front of a camera, in front of crowds at 5. You said even 3, your mom said you jumped out.
Yeah, that's when I started performing.
Yeah, and then you transition in 6th grade. That's like 10, 11, and you're already like maybe like 4 or 5 years in the game, in professional like settings.
Yeah,
and then like from SCPA, when did you recognize like, yo, I think I want to be a musician, not an actor, or where was that transition?
I started picking up instruments when I was 10, and then I went through puberty, and I lost my voice, so I dove into my instruments, and then after my voice started coming back, I was just like, I wanted, like, it was just innate. It just came from within, From there, then I started writing. I was doing like folk music and like singer-songwriter type music. So I kind of go all over the place, but I focus on one thing at a time.
Hell yeah.
But so I started off doing that, got a residency at Hard Rock Cafe, and then from there I was performing at House of Blues Voodoo Room, and it just took off from there.
Now you're performing with folks like the Barge. That's crazy. Kahlil, you and I have something in common, bro. When I was a little kid too, I picked up a guitar, dog. But I picked it up for all the wrong reasons. It was for wrestling.
Honky Tonk Beto. Honky Tonk Beto.
You coming out playing your own
thing.
thing.
Hey, Kahlil, what were you like growing up and being a kid, man? Were you watching cartoons, or was it strictly like music and focused on you doing your acting?
I was focused on music and acting and being creative. I was literally at school from 7 in the morning to 5 o'clock, getting on the bus, heading back home, doing my homework, and then getting up the next day and starting all over again. That was kind of my process. I was forced to kind of go hang out with friends and things like that.
You were forced to go hang out with friends.
I didn't really, I didn't like really go over to any friend's house or sleepovers or anything until really I was in like 7th grade. Like,
what a trip.
I was just focused on writing and pursuing my passion,
And it shows, man.
Thank you.
It does show.
It shows.
It does show. What was the first song that you ever recorded, and where was it?
So my mom got me this little 8-track recorder, and I had like a keyboard and just a few different things that I'd been gifted, and I put this basic drum beat into the 8-track, and then I just like started playing what I knew on piano, and that was like my first little track of production or whatever you want.
You still have it?
Yeah.
You ever go back and listen to it?
Yeah, I do.
Man, that's dope.
What emotions, what vibes comes out when you listen to that?
It brings me back to the beginnings of discovery. That's what going back to that track, means to me. Cause it I don't really know much. I'm a kid, so I'm sitting there just playing whatever notes I know fit on the piano, and that's just like, it just speaks discovery, finding my sound and things like that. That was all the humble beginnings of all of that.
Crazy.
So
Khalil's I don't know nothing. I just know Dr. Seuss, Annie, all these other plays. I don't know anything else, just those plays.
Dude, he produced his own track.
Crazy.
And and had his
how
own
old were
beat,
you?
and still has it. That's dope.
I think I was like 9 or 10 probably when I got that 8-track.
When you were
like
9, 10 years old,
discovering.
where was like all the technology at? Did we already have MP3s? Was there already like digital, beat makers?
Yeah. I believe at the time, Logic was around and things like that.
Did you ever use Fruit Loops?
No. I'm Ableton, Pro Tools, and Logic.
Bro, Ableton's crazy.
Ableton is crazy.
I look at it like bro, I know how to fly planes. I don't know how to work Ableton.
It's more for DJs,
You
right?
could literally do whole light shows through Ableton. Like that's it's like flying an airplane.
It's a lot.
No, it's not like flying an airplane because I've flown airplanes, bro, and it's way easier. I promise you. I promise you.
I can attest. He has flown an airplane.
Yeah, I called him one time. I was like, bro, look outside your house.
I'm flying over your house right now.
That's crazy.
I have a video in my phone somewhere of this dude flying over my house. That's crazy.
Yeah,
But
I can't
Ableton
work
is harder.
Hell yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Ableton is more for DJs, but yeah. But it's like, it's dope, man. It's pretty dope to hear that, like, you had an idea and you made it come to fruition. And now, like, flash forward to now, like, there's so many things that you got going on, man.
So many things.
Let's talk about Ultraviolet, man. Break us down with the Ultraviolet drive-through, yeah.
Yeah, so that track started off as I produced the whole track, and then, I wrote the chorus, and then at the time I was collaborating with an artist, Raina Jade, and we were just, creating all these songs, and so I sent her that track, and I was like, yo, we got to write some verses to this.
Oh.
And then we got together and wrote the verses, and yeah, that's kind of how that all got started. Went out to New York and recorded. It was like at the beginning of the pandemic, and
this is during everything shut down already.
It was
at this point?
literally no. It was as things literally Tuesday was the day that they shut down the airports. So I was out there for it was the beginning of March when it started to get real bad. And my mom was like, you shouldn't go out there. And I was like, everything's shutting down. I was like, I don't know the next time I'm going to be able to go to New York and do this.
Right.
So, we weren't even wearing masks at the time or nothing. So, you're getting on the airplane. Man, it was a crazy experience. We're in the process of recording, and, I get a phone call, and in one of our songs, like, literally you can hear me get up out of my seat to go take a phone call because I was trying to change my flight and things like that, and I just kept it in the recording.
Oh,
just on some Beatles,
on some Beatles, on some OG, like living in the moment.
Yeah,
dope. What's the writing process like for you?
It depends. Sometimes I'll pick up a guitar. Sometimes I will fully produce a whole track and then write to it. Or that's sometimes it'll be like, oh, I'll write the choruses, but, I feel like my best songs have came from me just writing the songs start to finish.
Do you work best with others or solo?
Honestly, I love collaborating. I love collaborating because it brings out a different thing in you, and then it continues on, and you carry that with you.
Talk about the importance of collabing with folks in your own city, and then obviously outside of the city,
collaborating in the city, however things pop off, like, you're in it together and you're coming up together. And I think that's very important, and bringing up other people in your community. And then, collaborating is everything. It teaches you so much. It teaches you what to do. It teaches you things that you're like, oh, I'm not going to do that, and in all, like, it's an exchange of energy, right? So you're now carrying that on into everything you create after that. So it's powerful, and that's why it's like you got to make sure you're collaborating with the right people.
Yep.
Yep.
Because you don't want to pick up on bad energy and then carry that on, and So but it's very powerful.
Derek talks a lot about the exchange of energies. He always talks about that.
Yeah, I feel like it's just confirmation right now when we hear Kahlil talking about exchange of energy. Like, It is really important. And you're absolutely right, Kahlil. You have to be selective of who you deposit into and who you withdraw from.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's great to hear a young, talented artist like yourself speak about those things, because they're very important, especially in the creative process.
Yeah.
You talked about collaboration. When you're writing, like, how do you feel about producing for other artists? And how do you feel about people producing records for you and then just writing?
How do I feel about it? I mean, when I'm, producing for other people, I really kind of go off of like where they're going vocally and things like that, and with their writing, and then that kind of dictates like whatever vibe I get from it will determine the way I produce a track. So it'll be like, oh, this person is kind of giving off, more organic, more like Carole King type vibes. So I'll go and produce things with more live instrumentation and things like that. And then there's other people that approach it more vocally from a pop R&B perspective, and then so I'll go and produce the record that way. And then, when other people are producing for me, I am all about live instrumentation because I'm a musician first.
Right.
So I really look for raw, organic sounds when other people are producing for me. Yeah.
That's dope.
Is there an artist that like handed over the tools to you and said, "Hey, man, this is how you got to do it. This is what you got to do," and just kind of like watched over your music, your career?
A particular artist, or
is there many?
Yeah, there's kind of many. There's people that have put great tokens in my pocket, and like, some it's just me going and being in the studio and observing, their process and just observing from afar. I went to the 1500 Sound Academy, and, they taught me like that's the reason why I know how to use 3 different DAWs.
Man, shout out to Rance and all the OGs up there. Really, really, like, again, depositing some exchange of energy into the next generation.
Right. And then
1500 Academy. Dang, man. I just want to talk about that, but I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, we can dive into that.
Oh, we're going to
we're
extendo.
in the extendo, because it might be
it's gonna be long.
It might be some extra long, because that's such a cutting edge, and I'm so glad that you're participating in that, because yeah, man, exactly.
One of the first graduating classes from there too, right?
Yes.
It's amazing, man.
2021.
And in case people don't know who 1500 Nothing is, folks that are, the live bands for like Jay-Z, for a lot of the big tours.
Grammy accolades, crazy.
Not only that, but they're composed of like producers and songwriters and things like that. So they're writing your biggest, like the biggest songs from Boot Up to James
LMA.
Joint and writing on Anti and 2020 Experience for Justin Timberlake. Everything.
They got their hands. And then what the cool thing about it is how they're moving internationally now, and you see so many people like just pay homage to some sound that's originating from the West Coast.
Right.
And it's just a beautiful, eclectic experience to see people like yourselves participating in that, representing the hometown.
Yeah.
And also like doing your thing. And speaking of the hometown, so SD Music Awards?
Let's go.
Is there some SD Music Awards going on? So
Kahlil is the very first. I don't know why they never had an R&B category.
I don't understand.
Kahlil is the very first recipient of the R&B. Was it album or artist?
Best R&B funk or soul album.
Wow. And that was in 2021?
That was in 2021.
Congratulations, man.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
So how was that experience?
It was incredible. I was promoting it, getting people to vote and everything, and actually getting and sitting down at the awards. I was like, they're coming up on the category, and as they were announcing all the different albums that were up, I was like, all right, we'll see, and then they were like, and the winner is Kahlil Nash with Transcendence EP. And I was like,
Dang,
what?
that's dope,
What a
man.
trip, right?
That's
You
dope.
know, because they had one of the nominees perform right before they announced it and things like that.
You know why they did that though, right? Because they knew that they weren't going to win.
No, I was thinking, like,
Sorry, my bad.
Man, come on, man. But maybe that's true. Maybe there's some truth in that.
You know,
Come on, man. When Kahlil is
the exact
Kahlil is on
opposite.
the nominees, bro, that's it. There ain't nobody else on that.
I mean, I'm in agreement. Full 100%.
I thought it was the exact opposite. I was like, all right, she's performing. I was like, all right, it's cool, But it was incredible. It was really, really incredible.
Yeah, and now you're on your second nomination, correct?
Yes.
For 2023.
Yes.
And if somebody wanted to vote, they can go and it's on your bio for your Instagram.
Yes.
All right.
Where can they follow you at, just so they know where to vote at, man? All the people.
Yeah, at Kahlil Nash, KAHLILNASH.
Go vote that thing, man. Go
Yeah,
get
and
in there,
Kahlil
man.
comes from generations of music too.
Man.
Generations of
Man.
music.
Man.
I'm telling you.
Dude, man.
What?
I'm just saying there is a lot of history of music for Kahlil, and it shines. It shines. It shows. It's really dope that, man, 2 nominations already and one award at the crib already.
Yeah.
Where'd you place that award, dog?
Right when you walk in, like literally right when you walk in, you look to the left and it's right there in front of all my Funkos.
In front of all the Funkos. How big is your Funko collection, man?
Oh shoot! I got my dad has gifted me with all these beautiful Funkos, and from Jimi Hendrix to Prince. I got been gifted a whole Prince collection.
Bro, I think we need to get into the extendo now because we haven't talked about Andre Day, we haven't talked about Pops, we haven't talked about a whole lot of stuff, and I feel like we're holding on to some of those questions so we can get to the extendo because they're going to be long ones.
You're probably right.
Yeah.
You're probably right.
Because I'm holding on to some of my questions. I just want to fire off right now.
I know.
So
Because we know that if we start firing off, we're going to be here for a minute. Huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
all right.
Look, Kahlil, we appreciate you for coming, bro. We're going to get into the extendo. The extendo is where we get to know a little bit deeper dive into Kahlil music, Kahlil's, collection, Kahlil's passion, Kahlil's everything Kahlil, extended.
Yeah, the extendo.
So today we got to say happy birthday to somebody who's in the room. I think he's next to me. Happy birthday to him, sir.
Thanks, man. I appreciate you, dude.
Are you in your 30s at least already?
Yeah.
All right.
I think.
Are you in your 50s yet?
Yeah, no.
Okay, all right.
He's
So
still giving
he's
it all away. Come on, man.
somewhere between 30 and 50.
We in
His
there,
birthday is right next to me. Happy birthday. Ba, 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 ba. We're not even going to say what day his birthday. Well, it's Wednesday, so whatever day.
I don't know. It might be.
Go check out the extendo, man.
Yeah, but before we jump into that, Kahlil, we like to end on a positive note.
Yeah.
Anything for the people that are watching that that are aspired to move forward in their music career, maybe you can just bless us with the positive saying from yourself, sir, and then also let us know where we can follow you at.
Yeah. Consistency is key. So, you keep going and you keep going. Eventually people fall off. Life happens. But you know who will always be there? You. And as long as you're consistent in being in everybody's face, you'll be the one getting the phone calls. So
Let's go. That's dope. Let them know where they can follow you at, my
you
guy.
can follow me at Kahlil Nash, KAHLILNASH.
Man, all right, dude.
There it is, man.
Where can they follow you at?
They follow me. My Instagram is at Cali Burrito.
Woo. My IG is at Derek Goes. I always say Derek Goes,
Yep.
but yeah, Derek Goes, GOES on Instagram, and you already know.
Don't forget
man.
to follow at Not a Doormat.
Who's Not a Doormat?
Mr. Mateo Reynoso. He's executive producer of the show.
He's not a doormat?
Also, a big thank you to our partners, Two Streams. Thank you.
Streams,
Thank
yeah.
you. Thank you. Let's get into the extendo, man.
Hey, man, I appreciate you guys. We'll see you next time. Peace.